Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful night, evening, day, morning, whatever time it is. I want to talk about the treatment of end-stage dementia and how wrong it is. Now, this is not against the nurses and doctors and everyone within the system is amazing, but the rules mean that we can't do what we should do. Then what should we do? Well, my mum is non-cognitive, there's nothing there. She doesn't move herself. She is in a sleep. The only time she wakes up and it's not fully awake, she's not cognitive of anybody when she wakes up, is when they move her body. That's when it causes her distress, when she actually has her body moved. That is the only time. The only time she opens her eyes, and usually she'll close her eyes as soon as they put her back in place. She doesn't respond to auditory or physical touch normally. She doesn't respond to she doesn't watch anybody in the room. If her eyes are open, they're totally unfocused. She is no longer there. To anything she is, because it's end-stage dementia, there is nothing left of who she is. Nothing left of a human being. Nothing at all is there. And yet, they can't put her out of her misery. They can't put her out. I mean, we are on the palliative system. What you have to do in the UK is this. You stop giving them food and drink. You stop treating any illnesses or anything. You just give the bare minimum just to make sure they're as comfortable, whatever that means. And like I said, this is not the fault of the actual doctors and nurses and sports staff. They do everything they can within the limitation that they have. But my mum could last another 2 weeks. She could. Because yes, if you're a healthy adult and you're out there and you go without water for 3 days or food for 5 to 7 days, then you're in shit. But if you're not actually moving, if you're in a bed, if you're not actually doing anything except your heart pumping and your lungs just barely working, then you can last 2 weeks or more. And even though we have a DNR in place, that will mean that if something happens, they won't try to bring her back, and no invasive things and nothing like that. She is just in this fugue state for the next 2 weeks, using up hospital resources, using up a bed. And what's the point? She's not coming back. She is not coming back in any way, shape or form. There is no cognitive thinking. There is no reason to think. If this was a dog, we'd have the vets round to administer an injection. We would not do this to a dog. I would not do this to my worst enemy. She is just... The only positive thing is she doesn't know what's going on, and therefore she is not conscious of how barbaric the system is. So between now and the next probably 2 weeks, hopefully not longer, my mum will pass away. I will get a phone call letting me know if there's a change in her breathing as she starts taking a different kind of breathing, and that her breathing is only being done by her thingy at the moment, her abdomen. Her lungs are not doing the breathing. The abdomen it's sort of a forced breathing that her body does when they're on the way out. She has no cognitive, she's not doing anything, and she's just there. And it's different. It used to be different. Well, it depends. Let's put it this way. When my dad passed away in hospital, my mum made a choice. He was brain dead. He wasn't coming back. So they did what had to be done. When my grandmother had throat cancer, and near the end, she was still cognitive and that, but she begged and pleaded, and thankfully, the hospice nurse that was there gave her a little more morphine than she needed to depress her breathing ability, and she passed. That was mercy. But with the current situation and the current rules, there is no one who you can turn to and say, look, can't you just fucking give her some morphine and let her just go peacefully tonight while I'm here with her? I'll hold her hand and I'll sign any document you need. I'm the next of kin. I'm the carer. Because I don't want to put my sister through this for the next weeks. I don't want to put anyone through this because they shouldn't be. No one should be put through this. No one. But we are not allowed to make that kind of decision. Go up the road a bit. And it makes me mad. This is not civilized. This is not us doing what is best for someone. Yes, I completely agree with keeping someone alive if there's a chance, if there's still cognitive awareness there, if there's any kind of quality of life, then yes. Keep them going. But my mum doesn't have any. Her brain is dead. Her body just hasn't realised it yet. There is literally nothing left of any conscious human being in my mum's thing. And it's horrible. Sorry for the rant, but it is. It's a complete injustice. Like I've said before, we would not do this to an animal. If a dog was going through this kind of thing, because all she's basically doing is laying there and in a sleep state of as little discomfort as they can do, and they have to turn her now and then, just to make sure she doesn't get bed sores and that, and to try and help her, and they have to change her diaper and that now and then. And there is no sense to it, no sense at all to what my mum's going through. What's wrong with this one? I don't like the idea of going past them. I'm just going to get back on the pavement over here. The only part we have to be really careful. Let's get over to this side, and there we are. Turn the speed down to lower, because we don't need it all on. And it just frustrates me. I'm sitting there with the body of my mum, waiting for her breathing to stop. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching over the body of my mum, waiting for her final breath. Waiting for them to ring me up and say, come, during the night, if she breathing's changed, I'll go in and be there with her. And it's just wrong. Yes, euthanasia and stuff like that has to have protections in place, so it can't be abused. And yes, it can be abused. But for situations like this, when the person is clearly gone, when there is no coming back, there is no miracle cure, that even if they came with a cure tomorrow for dementia, they would not be able to revitalise my mum's cells or bring them back to life. The damage is done, there is nothing left. Do you know, 5 years ago, now it's about 7 years ago, was the last time they did a brain scan on my mum. And you know, the doctor actually refused to show us the brain scan. He just said, there's more black patches, as in dead nothingness, than actual live cells in the brain now. And that was like that long ago. It just makes me angry. It makes me upset, it makes me frustrated. Just going to put my gloves on because it's getting a bit chilly. It's down to 13 degrees Celsius. My hands, just going to put my hands in my glovies and we'll continue on our way. Just zip all this. It's and it's not just an emotional thing, it's also knowing that the resources being used to keep my mum alive could be used on someone who has a chance of life. That bed could be used for someone that is going to go home, that is going to be looked after, there is a place for them to go back to, and there's a positive side. It's okay. Oh. That is what gets me. My mum was last cognitive 18 months ago. 18 months ago was the last time my mum was cognitive. As in, the last time her eyes followed you around the room. Not that she remembered me, that went long before that. But the last time that the nurses at the home and the thingy, the last time she actually had cognitive awareness of a person next, coming into the room, or touching her skin, or holding her hand. And since then, it's just been a waiting game. It's just horrible. It really is. No one should go through it. Right, so what I'm going to do is just finish this now, and I'll upload it tonight before I go to bed. And of course I'll be back up on my mum's side tomorrow, because just what you do. Bye bye for now.